Hey folks, this is Kelani. The next World of Warcraft expansion, Battle for Azeroth, brings us 6 new playable races with the new allied race system, but they won't be available right away just by purchasing the expansion. Allied races will be unlocked in a bit of a different way than any other race we've come across. That's because they're allied races, races that we've come across in our adventures who we can bring into the fold. If we get the Nightborne to join the Horde, then you can create a Nightborne. That kind of thing. It gives it a little bit more meaning, I guess, but it also creates a whole bunch of hoops for you to jump through before you can go ahead and start your adventures on the shiny new races. So let's have a look at exactly what you'll need to do to unlock the new allied races coming in Battle for Azeroth. So the first thing is a little obvious, but it's still worth mentioning. This is a Battle for Azeroth feature, so you'll need to purchase Battle for Azeroth to be able to create the new allied races. That also means we might not see the allied races in patch 7.3.5 like a lot of people hoped, with all of the data mining going on. But that doesn't mean that we'll have to wait for Battle for Azeroth to release fully before we can create new Nightborne or Lightforged Draenei. There's been a whole bunch of Battle for Azeroth Prepurchase goodies found across all of Blizzard's games. Card backs in Hearthstone and player icons in StarCraft 2, that sort of thing, so that means we might be getting very close to pre-purchase being made available for the next expansion. And if you remember, we actually got access to Demon Hunters before Legion launched fully, as long as you had already pre-ordered. Maybe the allied races do come in patch 7.3.5, but a little later down the timeline. Pre-purchasing Battle for Azeroth could unlock them for play before Battle for Azeroth actually launches, giving us time to level up a new alt with some of the new allied races. I doubt the Dark Iron Dwarves or the Zandalari Trolls will be available as their questlines happen during Battle for Azeroth, but the other 4 are probably fair game, so make sure you purchase Battle for Azeroth whenever it's available, otherwise you won't have access to any shiny new allied races. So that's the only thing you have to do out of game, but there's quite a few things you'll need to do in game before you can create the new races. I told you it wasn't like anything we've seen before. The first thing you'll have to complete is a questline which brings the respective new race into your faction, so you'll need to learn all about the Lightforged Draenei and what makes them so special before you can create one. You have to help Illyria track down the Void Elves before you can play one yourself. You need to accompany the Nightborne as they discover some exciting things about the Sunwell before becoming a mana addict all over again, and the Highmountain Tauren needs some bonding time with their regular Tauren friends before you can grow moose antlers. Each questline walks you through the race's reasons for joining their specific factions, and as a hero of the Horde or the Alliance, you'll be expected to help these friendships grow in any way you can. Complete each questline and you'll be one step closer to playing the allied races. Now, there's something a little strange in addition to those questlines. Each allied race requires you to be exalted with a specific faction. So for the Nightborne, it's pretty obvious, you need to be exalted with the Nightfallen. For the Highmountain Tauren, again, pretty obvious, you need to be exalted with the Highmountain Tauren. The Lightforged Draenei require you to be exalted with the Army of the Light, and seeing as they don't really have a perfect fit faction, the Void Elves require exalted with the Argusian Reach. So if you aren't exalted with the reputation that the allied races currently require, and you want to play one when they come out, you better get cracking. It's a little odd to require these reputations when they're all Legion content and the new allied races are supposed to be Battle for Azeroth content, but I guess it sort of makes sense in a really annoying way. This makes me think that we might be required to get exalted with some new reputations in the next expansion before we can create Dark Iron Dwarves or Zandalari Trolls, which is even more annoying, I think. Anyone who wants to race swap probably wants to do it as quickly as possible. Having a huge rep grind in the way might dampen some spirits. In addition to the exalted reputation, there's also specific achievements you need to complete. For the Nightborne, you need to complete all of Suramar, basically, until you get the Good Samaritan achievement. The Highmountain Tauren require you to go through all of the High Mountain questlines until you get the achievement Ain't No Mountain High Enough, which is significantly easier than the Suramar one, which means there's probably no real consideration for keeping things equal between races. All that matters is you've gone through the story for the race you want to create. So if you haven't done Suramar yet, there's no time like the present. Both the Void Elves and the Lightforged Draenei require you to complete the Argus campaign and acquire the You Are Now Prepared achievement, so the Alliance have the easy job, get all of the current content done and both of your races are unlocked. Easy peasy. Thankfully, most of these requirements seem to be account-wide, so if you have exalted on one character, the achievements on another character, and then complete the scenarios on yet another character, you should be fine. Should being the key word. Hopefully it all works out like that, otherwise we have another reason to complain about reputations and them not being account-wide. So along with all of these requirements, there is one more. You need to have a level 110 character on the realm you want to create an allied race character on. This one seems a bit steep, if you ask me personally. They only start at level 20. The Demon Hunter restrictions make a lot more sense because they start at level 100, basically, but a character that starts at level 20 requiring a max level character? It seems a bit daft if you ask me. It discourages re-rolling across servers and makes it harder to create the characters you want on the servers you want. I wonder if this requirement will still be there by the time we get the allied races, because out of everything, this one seems the one with the least reinforcement. Yes, alright, complete the quests, learn the story, earn a reputation with the race you want to create, go through the quest lines which introduce the race into our factions, fantastic, it all makes sense from a story point of view, but requiring a 110 is just baffling. Honestly, people will probably do the good old Death Knight to Demon Hunter trick if they're that desperate anyways, but it shouldn't be necessary in my opinion. Bear in mind that everything is still in development. Most of this information is from PTR files, and we don't even know if we'll get the allied races during patch 735, so those files could be even more incomplete than usual, so take these requirements with a teeny pinch of salt, but I would expect most of this to stay true if the devs stick by their guns, and what they've already discussed about the allied races system. So that's it for this video. What do you think of these requirements? Are they a bit too steep, or just about right? Leave all your thoughts in the comments section below. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always I will see you next time.